Mohawk is thinning and winning, checking it with the thinner men, with a spoonful of eating Edelman. Oh, come on now. Don't tell me it's not fun. Don't tell me it's not fun. Because I know that it is. Oh, this hair's bothering me, man. I can't get it in behind my... It doesn't matter. What's up, guys? Welcome back to FullCircus. My name is Tristan Sartoris, and boy, oh boy, am I happy to be here with you guys tonight, recording this one pretty late. It was one of those days where I had already kind of had a bit of a tight schedule. I had overloaded my own day, and then other people were like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do that? Swing! And I pushed this one to the back burner. Why? Because I know that I'm clutch in the moments, I'm shifting gears all around to where I need to be so we can get up to the right speed and RPMs, maximize. Dictionary check. What we're doing in the world. So it's a bit of a late night recording. It doesn't matter because I'm happy to be here regardless, man. Okay? If I'm not always excited to be here, why would I come back? All right? We do this because we do fun, man. We do fun. People like to do drugs. They do alcohol. Some people do whole milk. But us here at Full Circus, we do fun. So it's late. It is, actually, I don't know what time it is, man. My watch is broken. It's been broken for a while. And I had no idea because I don't use the watch. Purely decorative. So I'm like, what time is it? And I pull out my phone. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's 5 till 6. And I had no idea until I actually tried to look at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's freaking 4:17 for a few days now. So it's broken, and it was a cheap watch. To repair it or even get batteries for it costs about as much as the watch, cost to begin with. So safe to say, it's going to stay broke. But you know what? I set it to high noon, just so we know I'm always ready to throw down at any time. Ooh, wah, 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 ooh. That's right, dude. I'd be the worst cowboy in the Old West. Could you imagine? Because I would want to be singing my own song. Like, they don't have any theme song. I can't just pull up my phone and be like, Siri, play Old Western freaking High Noon. I don't got any of that. So I'd walk up. Yeah, Tristan, we're going to be at high noon in the middle. Just that by the saloon, we're going to square off. A duel! And I go like this. My spurs. And I just have like way too many. They're way too big because, I'm kind of a fish like that. I see something shiny and glimmering. I'm like, well, give me the best boots. All right, what do these spurs do? No idea, all right? If you're freaking kicking the horse or whatever it is, I don't care. Give me the biggest one you got. Don't even ride horses, okay? But give me some massive spurs, huge. By the end, he was already just shot me. But I'd be like, fire! And it hits off like a watering can. Strikes the guy in the foot, and somehow I'll win, man. Tell me, boy, do you feel funny? Huh? Do you? Because here at high noon on Full Circus means that we're going to have a duel, a standoff with a good time. This chair is incredibly too bouncy, but that is just fine with me, guys. So how the heck are you? What is your day like? What is your week like? We're more than halfway through January. And, yeah, it's been a solid month, I think. But feel free to, check in. Tell me how your month's going, dude. January, it can be sucky for a lot of people because you ride the high and you crash just so freaking hard. And it doesn't even mean that things are going bad, but you're like, dude, I was up here. There was Christmas, there was New Year's, there was family, there was friends, there was turkeys, ham, candy, cookies, huh? A big fat man came into my house and delivered me presents. And all of a sudden, it's just snow. You're just clearing your car off and like, I used to be the guy, right? I used to be somebody in this town. But now I'm just the dude shuffling the driveway? Oh, it's not that January's bad. It's just that December and everything leading up to it is just so good. So it is one of those times. Man, I wish I had a lisp so bad. I really do. I think about that a lot. And sometimes I do. I slip up with it. I get a little lispy. But I wish I had a full one. I would love to be a rapper with a lisp. Because it's a cheat code, man. Everything, I've talked about this before, but everything rhymes. Thin and winning. And you're like, what? Doesn't matter. It sounds right. Is it alliteration? Who knows? Everything starts with TH. Oh my gosh, it'd be so great. Yeah, running the back for the 8th ad. Yeah, recording beat time, retro. Yeah, cause when the summer is starting, man, my hair be parting. Mohawk is thinning and winning, checking it with the thinner men, with a spoonful of eating Edelman. You're like, what did he say? Who knows? But was that not a bar? Dude, people with lisps, get on it. Start rapping, because no one can defeat you. You just go da-da-da-da-da. And how do you keep up with it? What did they say? Who knows? But he just beat you. Okay. You're going down high noon. Yeah, dude. I mean, try and go into a rap battle with that, and no one will beat you. I guarantee. I fear, because I would love to get into the cypher, man. I don't know where rap battles happen. I don't know. I don't think they happen in my area. Like, the sketchiest place in town is the corner of the CVS. And that's not because there's anyone there. It's just because there's a little bulb that's gotten a little bit too dim. But other than that, man, I don't know where to find the freaking streets, dude. I want to be part of the streets. I would love to get in the cypher and spit some words. I'd get walk. But if I had a lisp, rest assured, man, I would take some people down. So that's what I've been thinking about, and just trying to get into the rap game. Other than that kind of music, I have really, it wasn't a New Year's resolution, but I've stepped way far out of my comfort zone. Here's my comfort zone. Massive leap, okay? Just the longest stretch, like the most yoga and flexible person you know, times 2. Not a lot, but it's enough. And yeah, I started posting covers, okay, on Instagram, YouTube Shorts. When you move, I'll move. Heal my enemies when they come. I have tried to play guitar for a while, for years, decades, in fact. I don't know how long it's been, but I got okay, and I just never practice. And the same with like singing. Like, I do it all the time. I never stop making noise, okay? That's kind of my brand. It's just sound. What does Tristan do? He does sound. What do you mean? Oh, that's the guy. I love to make noises, but I've never actually learned how to sing properly. And I was forcing myself to do a cover a week. That's what we're doing. And I'm calling it Musical Moments, I think, for now, because alliteration is baller. And that's in parentheses. And I'm going to do a cover a week. I'm going to force myself to practice, because if not, if I don't practice, guess what? Humiliation, okay? I will upload something and be like, well, this is what I got. And if it's not good, it's not good, and that sucks, and that's embarrassing. You know what's worse than being embarrassed? Not practicing. Or, it's fun to not practice, because that means you're procrastinating, you're doing something else. But I don't want to be embarrassed, so I'm kind of forcing myself to do it. And then even then, I don't feel comfortable with my guitar playing, dude. Like, I don't even have the air guitar rhythm. Plug it in. Making sure it's tuned. I am pretty good at it. But singing and guitar, it's never been a strong suit for me. And I want to practice, and I'm uncomfortable performing with it in general. But 2024, guys, this is a year of being uncomfortable, okay? Sometimes you got to get out there and you got to duel yourself. It's me. Dude, I wouldn't stand a chance against myself either. Who would win? Nobody. We'd both just be misfired. And it would be a good time. But anyways, I'm all over the place because it's fun, it's late, and it is, of course, high noon. So yeah, I'm working on that. I'm pushing myself outside the comfort zone. It's a new year. It's a good year for that. And go on and do that, man. Think about what scares you. If you guys are uncomfortable, what's something you've been afraid to push yourself to? Just get out there. Who's going to judge you? Everybody? Probably. I don't have any inspirational words for that. That's probably what they're going to do. If you show something that's very vulnerable and intimate to you and you just give it around to everybody, they're probably going to go, and that's the sound of somebody judging. They're withholding something, but, rest assured, there is a judge there. Yeah. So it's been uncomfortable. We're doing it, man. We're making it happen. And I have just got the worst chapped lips of all time, okay? I don't know how to get rid of it. I lick the lips. I chap the lips. I put the chapstick on the lips. I don't know what to do about the chapped lips, okay? And I think every time I use chapstick, it makes the lips more chapped than they were before they were unchapped. And now they're more chapped than they've been since they were unchapped. So, dude, I've got like 3 sticks of chapstick. None of them are working. And I feel like I'm more chapped than I've ever been chapped. And I don't know what to do about that. So please help me. Here's my thought, dude. It's chapstick does nothing. It's just like grease. It's just like if something's dried out, like let's say you get a raisin. If you just put grease or chapstick on it, it's not going to turn back to a grape. you know, it's still a raisin. It's still already been chapped. It's already been dried out. It's like putting butter on stale bread. It ain't gonna be new bread no more. It's still stale. Guess what? Lips still be chapped. I'm just coating the garbage shrapnel that used to be my sweet succulent lips. I don't know exactly what succulent means outside of cactus, but I didn't mean it to be a cacti kind of lip, but we'll digress. Point is, I don't like it. I don't know how to get around it. Please let me know how to go about dealing with chapped lips, because I hate it. Like every morning I wake up and I yawn because I'm tired. I go, I feel my lips cracking, like just dry. I feel it there, man. Like ice, like other things that crack, you know? It was hard. It's hardcore, and I'm still dealing with it. It's not was. I was giving that past tense, but that was the hopeful person in me. It was like, it was hard back then. No, Tristan, we're still here now. It's still painful. Okay, so let's get into what's been going on, man. I went to the store just a few days ago, and all I wanted was to get a Lunchable, okay? Because I love Lunchables. They're snackable. They're able to snack. That's what snack. You know, I see a snack, I'm able to snack on it. It's snackable. I want a Lunchable. That's all I wanted. I begin to move towards this store, and what do I see but a bunch of flashing lights? I'm thinking accident. You know, there's a lot of bad drivers in my area. This is kind of the norm, right? There might not be a sketchy cipher outside of the CVS, but rest assured, that's the third time I've said that, there will be a lot of bad drivers in car accidents. But that's something we got to deal with as a community. But anyways, I see that, and I'm like, oh, great, now I'm going to have to steer around these people. And I get there, and that's not what it is. There's a line of cop cars, both sides, and cones filtering it into one lane. And then all of a sudden, I'm just going through. And I'm stopped. I'm just barely moving. It's like a drive-through. I have no idea what's going on. I finally get up to the person, and I see that they're taking everybody's cards, and they're like, right, so we're going to need to see your license, yeah? I'm like, what? And then also, the lady was Australian or British, I think just straight British, but I did an Australian accent. And I was so confused. I was like, license? Yeah, what for? He's like, well, is it OVI checkpoint, isn't it? And I'm like, maybe. What? What are you saying? So she takes my license, and I'm just sitting there. I have no idea what's going on, and I feel like I just got pulled over. And it's just always intimidating when anybody takes your license, which I just got a new one. Good thing the headshot looked solid. But they're looking at it. I'm like, so what's going on? Is there a search for somebody? And it's so hard to ask questions in moments like this, and I knew better to do it. But it feels like you're so sketchy every time you say something. Because like, what are you doing? Are you looking for somebody? I don't know where he's at. I don't know. Is it me? Who knows? So I said that, and then she's like, you were looking for drunk drivers? And I go, oh. And then she holds up the flashlight. And I go, is that a problem in the area? He goes, well, actually, it's always a problem, isn't it? Yeah, it's always a problem. And it's a problem around here. Now, this lady was British. Mind you, I do not live anywhere near where that accent is applicable. And I'm more confused about what's going on. I don't know. I've never heard of an OVI checkpoint to begin with. Now this lady has my license. She's checking if I'm drunk, I guess. But why do you need to do all of this? And who, it's just like one road. I don't know what the scan is. There's got to be a better way to go about. You're just going to check the whole village? The whole town? Maybe that's the reason there's been so many car accidents. I may have just put the pieces together. But I was sketched out by this, not only by the fact that it was weird. It was it felt like an excuse. Maybe they didn't want to scare the community. Like somebody was on the run. Maybe there was, a DB Cooper. There was somebody afoot. And yeah, no, we're just checking for, drunk drivers or whatever. You're not drunk, are you? They didn't even do a test. They just move on. Get out. No breathalyzer. They didn't make me breathe alcohol. They didn't do anything. License? Yeah, you look fine, I guess. Get out of here. And they did that with everybody. Nobody got scanned. Nobody in front of me. I could see freaking 12 cars and 12 cars behind and moved on. So, needless to say, and it is needed to say because you don't actually know it, I spent about 40 minutes in this long line. Everyone was moving so slow. I finally get to the store, okay, and I see the sweet snackable Lunchables, and I get them, and I was amped up, but I don't want to eat them at the store, so I'm saving them like, okay, you know what, I'm going to go home, and I make the worst mistake of my life. I turn back onto the road. I should have taken the long way and gone back to my house, but I didn't do that. I get back onto the road, and I'm like, oh, crap, I see the flashing lights again. I forgot about it, okay? Because the snackable Lunchables, they were so perfect and beautiful that I had forgotten about the stressful moment that was at hand. And I go, oh, shoot. I try to turn around. Immediately, 3 cars push up behind me. I'm like, wait, no, guys, you don't know what we're doing. There's a long line ahead of us. There's a bunch of British people. A British lady's going to take your license. She's going to wonder if you're drunk, but she's not going to ask, like, any questions. And then we're going to move along the way, but it's going to take so long. Go back. And nobody knows about it. So I wait in the same line for the same people, and they finally get back to me, and they're like, oh, right, so you drunk? I'm like, what? No! Did you not just see me 40 minutes ago in the Lunchable? Yeah, I went and got plastered in that time, okay? No, I got a Lunchable. People always ask me, Tristan, how are you so nice? Why are you so kind and respectful of everybody? Because I eat Lunchables, okay? And the moment that this is being taken away from me, this sweet, delicate treat, I'm getting a little flustered. And then again, they don't even check me. They're just like, license again. I go, license. And they go, yeah, you don't look drunk. There's no way that they were looking for drunk people, okay? No, there's no checking, no get out, no walk the line, no hop, no nose, and 1 foot. I don't know, okay? I've never been drunk, never been pulled over for it. But there was none of the checking. There's something going on in this town, okay? Somebody is here. And obviously, it wasn't me, and I don't know who it is. They didn't find him, but why are they British? For one. 2, why the sudden line? Like, it was a freaking Tuesday, okay? Who gets drunk on a Tuesday? Nobody, okay? You know who commits crime on a Tuesday? I don't have the data, but most people probably, you know? The university out of northern South Dakota. You know, they've always said that, you know, go Mud Dogs, that the most crimes happen on Tuesday because that's the least expecting people. Because they're like, it's Tuesday. We're all just trying to start the week and get through it. Monday was hard enough, and now we're going to rob somebody. I'm way off in the tangent, but trust me, you get what I'm trying to say here. Why were they British? Who were they looking for? I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, like spies, dude. Now, everybody's always worried about the Russians and North Korea, like they're going to invade or come at it. Dude. It's gonna be Britain, ain't it? You know, we separated from them like a crazy ex-girlfriend. You're not even thinking about the old enemies. Yeah, you're thinking about new world wars. We're gonna go through. Dude, Great Britain wants to come back. Like, oh, we missed you. We gotta come. We're gonna try to bring them back. No way, man. What is your accent? Anyways, that's a long story to say that a British lady stopped me and made me wait about an hour and a half for a single Lunchable. And I have no idea what they were looking for, dude. I really, really do not. In my little note here, I wrote clearance aisle. Oh my gosh. Okay. When I went to the store, when I finally made it there, they have this clearance aisle, like every place does. But the thing that was on it, it wasn't expired. I don't think. I actually didn't check. I'm just making that up. But the box is like broken into, punched and ripped halfway open, and it's scotch taped around. I'll put a video up. But it looks like somebody had thrown it out of a truck and ran it over back and forth, and then, you know, maybe threw it around in a traffic circle. And then they threw it back on the shelf, and they said, maybe 20% off. Dude! I don't know who's been in this, whose grubby fingerprints have been prying open this box, and you're like, yeah, we're basically just gonna sell this for full price still. Like that, where's the bigger discount? I've seen bigger discounts on nothing. Like they're just like, yeah, we made too much. We made too many brownies. We made too many muffins, so we're just gonna put these at freaking 50-75% off. Somebody abused the crap out of this box, and the goal to try and sell something like that at full price. I mean, imagine trying to have a new TV and then somebody just like keys the side of it and steals a couple of the outlets, takes the power cord and goes 5% off. 5%, dude. I don't even want it for free. What is that? I think that's incredibly scary. I should have bought it just for the sake of it, but I didn't think back then because I was so bewildered by the British lady. She really threw me off my game, huh? Other than that, dude, I was just thinking about, not that, but I was thinking about, I've done like that. I've told my friends about the clearance aisle joke, and I didn't realize this until recently, but my pal Drew Decker. We talk about him occasionally on the podcast. I didn't realize he listens to the show or watches the show, whatever he does. Drew, what's up? But I didn't realize he was such a supportive homie. And that's not what's funny about it. What's funny is that when you craft jokes or material and then you say them in a friendly circle, I think they assume this is only being said here. But the amount of times that I've recorded the podcast and went, that was a pretty funny bit, and I take that somewhere else and I go use that, and then someone else goes, listen, wait a minute. That wasn't a freaking unique, moment we had. You were recycling the material that you had throughout the week. And you practice and perform this, and you're going to deliver this like this is spur of the moment. Oh, yeah, the whole lactose intolerant fathers are always leaving. Yeah, that's freaking, this is a good little banter. We're having fun. And then they don't even know that I've already done it before. I've already said it. So it's cool and very thankful for all the support of all the friends, the amigos, but embarrassing nonetheless for me. So maybe I got to stop reusing material and jokes I come up with here, but some of them are so good you can't not. Or likewise, sometimes I get stuff and I should bring it here. I don't think about it enough. Something happened while I was discovering this fact, though, if we want to keep on with Drew. We were playing Rocket League, just a PlayStation game, and we matched up with an individual, and Drew and I sometimes like to banter and have fun with the people that we party up with, just strangers. We're like, hey, what's going on? How you doing with your life? And like just be randomly genuine, which is not normal for online gaming. So I'm sitting there eating my Lunchable, and Drew he's talking to the guy, and he's like, oh man, you're so cool, you're so great at the game, this is awesome, just gassing him up. And then he's making a joke like, my dad actually built this game, he's part of the reason that we're able to play this in the first place. What's your dad do? And the guy goes, my dad's dead. And then Drew goes, the least emotionally supporting thing. Think about it for a second before I tell you. Think about the word. If somebody tells you, my dad passed away, my dad's dead. Think about the most sociopathic response you can have to not have any emotions or response or, just comfort somebody. And this is what Drew said. Woof. The guy said, my dad died. And he said, woof. Woof. Jeez, dude. I thought that was the funniest. Because it's, one, no one talks in these games. You're not even supposed to say, hey, how was your day? You're not even supposed to say, how are you? But to go that far and start talking about his family, Drew made this situation. He made this moment. And then it got awkward. And then he didn't even steer it away. He just bounced out. Oh my gosh. There's nothing better than awkward moments. And we laughed and we laughed and we laughed. In other news, guys, we're just moving on. It's late. We get to do whatever we want. The late night podcasts are beautiful because you're just like, I think I'm going to go this way. There's nobody else out on the roads at this hour. If I want to take a sharp left, I don't even worry about slamming on the brakes or what. Okay. No one's behind me. So we're just moving. I did see that the audio listeners for the show, and I had no idea because I don't check it enough, kind of like my watch. I didn't know that it was, high noon. Hey, let's have some fun. I didn't know so many people were listening to the audio version of this show. Okay. And for that, I'm sorry because I've been doing visual aids. I've already done one here and I show you the watch. Like the amount of times I talk about the set or my attire. Oh, by the way, dude, this shirt has been ripped for months and I gave it to my mom. I'm like, Mom, please, you got to save my Tom and Jerry shirt. And then she had it, and I forgot all about it. And then all of a sudden, she took it to a Bible group, like arts and crafts night. Dude, praise the Lord and thank the women of the church. They sewed it right up, completed it. My mom got it done, fixed it. Oh, it's amazing. But anyways, again, I'm referencing something that the audio people can't see. I didn't realize there were so many of you. And I'm sorry that I keep doing visual aids and visual presentations. You got to check out this video. Look at this. Look at that. And like, guys, freaking... we support this guy, and we listen to this guy. We try to pay attention to everything he says. Not a lot of it makes sense verbally, but we're hoping maybe he won't just rely on the video portion. But yet I've done that. So we've been up about 1,300%. Great numbers. I'm not, I don't do business or statistics or business statistics or math or numbers or letters. I can't read. I can't write. But anyways, 13%, 13%, I think is good. But 1,300%, I think, okay, now I don't know. Don't quote me on this. I think it's great. It's phenomenal. So I'm very grateful for all you guys, and I'm sorry about all the visual. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop necessarily because I'm, you guys know. All right? But I'm going to put an emphasis on the audio at least. Look at this. I'm going to speak right into the mic, okay? Because if you're listening to the audio version, you want to hear nice, crispy, and clear audio. And you don't want to be wondering what's on the screen, what's he wearing, does he look swagged AF out of his mind? Of course he does. We know that. Listen to the sweet dulcet tones of his voice. It's so sultry, it's nice, it's peaceful, it's great, it's clear. But where was he going with this? He doesn't know it's late. So we're going to put the mic back down and complete the rest of this thing we were talking about. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, man, my week. Let's get back to it. So after the British lady started my week off weird, like I said, things have been busy. It's the reason we're recording this so late in the first place. What's happened my week is British lady threw me off. Took me a while to get a Lunchables. My friend Drew made it a horribly awkward situation that is stuck in my brain forever. And I found out that the audio people, listen up, there we go. It's condensed. Call me Recap McGee. Now, why I've been so busy is I've been working on the apartment and I've been trying to build this new podcast studio, right? So I go to Lowe's and I get all this freaking drywall. And in my head, right, when you order something, I like to do it online because it's just so quick. It's easy. And I go and get it, make sure they have it. I don't like having any hiccups in the search, okay? That's just kind of who I am. I like to simplify, streamline. So I've never ordered drywall from Lowe's before. Like, you just go in there and you grab the sheets and you get out. So we go there and I'm like, hey, I got to pick up for 34 sheets of drywall. And they go, huh? And I go, oh, no, I don't know what I'm doing. And now it sounds like, I don't know what you're talking. Oh, my gosh. Who's steering the ship? It's not me and it's not you. Guess we're just going to explore the 7 seas together. So they're running around like it's the freaking Muppets. Just trying to contact back and forth with each other. Did you know there was an order? I know there was an order. We got to figure. Well, clearly he's showing me there's an order number. I'm sitting right here. There was an order number, but no one prepared it. No one knew about it. What's going on? I'm like, oh no, man. This was supposed to be faster. I waited here again. Luckily, it wasn't for a Lunchable, and the people weren't British, but another 45 minutes, and they finally come out with 34 sheets of drywall. I'm like, oh, this is sweet. All right, just give these to me. I'm going to load them up. They go, no, we'll load them. Young buck, okay? You ordered it. We failed you. We're going to load your drywall. I go, you don't got to do that. They bring out the new girl who's barely worked there, I guess, and she's steering the forklift. How do you? And the people are coaching. Left pedal, steer right. There you go. And up. I'm like, oh, no. What's going? Look, practice the forklift in your own time. I know at some point you got to do your first forklift job. You got to do your first surgery. Like, at some point, there has to be a doctor's first heart surgery on his own as the lead. That's just a fact, okay? So if you've gotten heart surgery, there's a chance that you were someone's first. At some point, it has to happen. So I know this lady has to have her first forklift delivery at some point. I didn't like that it was mine, so she's raising it, and she's breaking a lot of the pieces on the bottom. Like, oh, my gosh, and they're bumping the truck and back and forth. No, spin it. And the guys, no, you got to come back. And there's just boop. And all the people, the rest of the employees come back because they got to watch. Look, this is their freaking first time. This is a celebration. Looks like they're about to light a cake and candles and have fun. Like, I ordered this online. This was supposed to be bing, bang. I'm just trying to get out of here. I like to save time, not wait in lines. So it goes on, I want to say, for about an hour and a half, close to 2 hours, and it was insane. But there was too far in the process I could begin. I want to get close to help out. Like, maybe we could just slide it all from here into the... No, we got it. Okay, keep going. They finally get it in. After all this time, I'm thinking, well, I'm sorry, because my brother Nicholas, he came with me, the sweet soul that he is. We were going to do this thing together. We didn't even need his help technically because they did the whole crappy, slow job themselves. And then we hop back in the truck. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. Thanks for coming with me. If you want pizza, we'll get pizza. Let's go get pizza. Dump truck's dead. You gotta quit, dude. What happened to my elite plan? All right. I'm like, I'm just going to order the drywall. I'm going to get there, back up, get it, boom. I'm out 15 minutes flat. 2 hours, 2.5 hours, wait for somebody. My dad's got to come by. We got to freaking juice the battery, then get out and then drive back. But a 15-minute job turned to about 3 hours, 3.5 it felt like. And needless to say, busy week. Not because it was technically busy, but because I shoved myself into a stupid situation. Kind of like that line, man. I should have known. I should have thought about those lights, and I should have went the other way. I should have just went there and do what I do, man. Should have done what I know how to do. And that is get the drywall normally. Don't try and skip a step. Don't try and rely. This isn't a speech of independence. But if you ever go to Lowe's, rely on yourself, because chances are you might get the person that's their first time and they damage the sheets. Oh, gosh. So anyways, I did that. We got all the freaking thing, and I'm having lots of ideas. I'm so excited to share them and get to the studio at some point. But for now, enjoy the last moments and times that we have in this freaking thing, because, you know, who knows how many more episodes we have in here. Hopefully not that many. Not because I don't like it, but because I'm so excited to get to it. I have lots of ideas. I'm not going to share. I'm not going to spoil it. So there's no point in talking about them, because I'm not going to say anything. Now I want to get to the last part of my week. This is a quick little roundup. We could have talked about something online, what's trending, but I spent so much time talking about the British. Dude, they really got me, man. They really took me down. So I went to the dentist, okay? Now, this normally isn't an exciting story. Nobody likes going to the dentist, let alone hearing about the dentist. But I get there, and I'm about 2 minutes early. Okay, the appointment's at 10 o'clock. I get there 9:58. I sit down. Actually, I walk in there first. I go, hey, I'm here for the appointment. They go, oh, you're a bit early. I'm like, well, kind of. At this point, 90 seconds at most. So they say, okay, just go sit in the waiting room and you'll wait. Now, they're not ready either, okay? Like, Lowe's and the dentist, they work in the same speed. So I'm waiting there for probably 15 minutes or so. A guy walks in right after me, and he's mumbling. So he just told me about friggin' Trump's going off this again, and Biden's going this year, and the gas prices are out of control, and it's so cold outside. I go, oh my gosh, what's going on? So I assume this guy's on the phone. He sits not right next to me, but, you know, adjacent. We're the only two people in this room because we're both so early. And he starts rambling out of nowhere. Yeah, the problem with the Lord is he doesn't do anything, okay? The devil would be more helpful than God, letting everybody die in pain in vain. He starts spitting bars. He's like, God's just a waste of time, and every fool who wants to think about that is a problem. And I go, gee, this one guy walked in. It's still 10 a.m. It's a lot of, even to be hateful, dude. Like, hateful or happy, that's a high level of energy to walk in. So I'm like, oof, man, whoever's he's on the phone with is getting an earful. And he keeps going, and he talks about the weather, and then New York, and like mass shootings, and these Satan circles. And I have a clip, man. I was recording it because I was like, I don't know if he's talking to me now. Because I'm waiting for him to respond to somebody else. And it goes on for way too long before I finally realize he is talking to the room. He's talking to me. I go, oh. I don't want to respond to it because, again, it's just there's a lot of negative powers at be. So I just let it go, and I'm like, man, this guy's just flowing. Where are these thoughts coming from? And you'll see in the clip.
They're investigating the CEO of Boeing Airlines will give himself another pay raise so they can sweep it all into the world. Who can spy on my searches all they want, because I only use the library computers to go online.
Right at the end, I realize what he's responding to for the past 15, 20 minutes. Every little topic, the freaking tuition, these people, they want to die and they shoot themselves. He's talking, I look up and I'm like, wait a minute. He's talking about every single commercial that is playing in that stupid little TV in the corner. Every commercial that comes up, he comments on something crazy and negative, whether it's the vaccines or spiritual, political, or the wind, dude. Oh, 35 mile an hour, good luck trying to fly a kite in this weather. I'm like, how does anybody even think about this, you know? Sometimes in the podcast, I'm like, my brain's just all over the place, but I'm weird like that. Surely no one else. Okay, maybe there's other people like me. How is he thinking? Where are these topics coming from? Okay, I wouldn't mind a topic generator. We're talking about the dentist. It's high noon. Let's have some fun. It's actually midnight. Wait, it's still 12. But so I finally realized that he's referring to the TV. And he's quiet. The freaking commercial comes on, and I think it was Ford. I was like, Ford recall, just like the test to make sure. And he's like, oh geez, what a surprise!
Ford recall.
Gee, what a surprise!
And then he goes into a whole thing about that, and it was crazy, man. I didn't say a single word to this guy, and he went on. So at least he was talking about the commercials, I guess, maybe. So anyways, they finally came and let me go to the dentist. There's nothing really to talk about that. I got in there, and actually I've had cavities for probably about a year and a half, maybe two. 2021 was a bad year for brushing for me. And when I finally got to the dentist, they missed them. And I go, well, I know I have cavities. They don't hurt, but I could see it. And they're like, yeah, you're all clean. You don't have any cavities. And, if somebody says you have no cavities, you go, okay. I'm not going to complain. Say, oh, listen, you got to do some things. So I've been going to this same dentist, and I keep talking to them, and they're like, yeah, no, clean. And I go, okay, hold on. What about that spot back there? And I don't mean, I'm hoping maybe it's just not a cavity, but I got to ask at this point because I know there is something there. And they go, huh, what is that? And they have x-rays looking at my teeth, and they're like, maybe we need new x-rays. And then she has to bring in a new freaking dental doctor guy, and he just opens my mouth, and he starts rubbing his freaking greasy fingers across my teeth with his glove, and he's breathing so heavily. Okay, I'm just laying like this. So my teeth are clean now. We're all good. Like, you can go home. I'm like, but what's that spot? And they go, 1 second. Let's bring the guy over. And again, at some point, it has to be your first dental checkup. As a dentist, you have to do your first one. So this guy comes over, and he's looking down and goes, I don't know why he's so out of breath. He didn't even walk over here. He slid in the rolling chair across the hall, and he goes, glasses are fogging up. This is probably how he missed the cavity to begin with. This freaking rubber glove, and just pats my front of teeth. He goes, you got some nice teeth there. And I go, thanks. He keeps rubbing. I go, but don't say it like that. You're making me feel weird. Get off, dude. And freaking he's rubbing my teeth. All right, I get it. That's not even what I asked you about. What about the molars? Is there a cavity or not? And I go, yeah, there's a cavity. I don't know how you missed it. So all in all, I guess I had a cavity for the best 2 years, and they didn't know, and I had to bring it up to them. So I walked myself into a puddle. And now I got to go get a cavity filled. So that was pretty cool. Kind of a crazy dentist, crazy talker. Like, the whole thing was an experience. Like, from the moment of getting there early to having to deal with this guy, and then go in there, it's a quick cleaning. I'm like, that was remarkably fast. And they go, yeah, we do things fast here. Oh, crazy. That's wild. Because is that how you keep missing everything? That I have to ask you for the worst part of the job? No one wants to get cavities filled. I'm like, all right, okay, it's been a while. Maybe you were just sugarcoating. Maybe you didn't want to hassle me, but I could ask for it now. And then she gave me some toothpaste that she gave it. She's like, all right, so I got this. I don't want to say it's underground toothpaste. Okay, this is her talking. She goes, all right, so we got this cavity prevention toothpaste. Now, I don't want to say it's underground toothpaste, but it works pretty well. I go, let me guess. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend it. 9 out of 10 dentists, huh? And she goes, maybe even the 10th dentist. Dude, I don't remember what this thing's called. I think it's called ClinPro, maybe something like that. Don't quote me on it. But I should have just kept that to myself. It's such a secret because I'm letting you guys listen. At Full Circus, we let you in on the underground dental regimes. Look up ClinPro toothpaste. I think I could be wrong. But yeah, dude, perhaps the 10th stingiest dentist, because any toothpaste, Colgate, Crest, whatever it is, it's always, hey, 9 out of 10 dentists recommend this, but there is always that 10th dentist who holds himself to such a higher standard. He's like, Colgate, no, just Spearmint, no, Fresh Breath, no, Crest, whatever, Sensodyne, nah. I'm holding out for something big. I'm not giving my official 10th dentist stamp of approval unless I see the science on something good out of northern South Dakota. Go Mud Dogs. And so anyways, crazy toothpaste, good for them, I guess. And yeah, I'm going to try and do a lot better brushing. And that was my whole week, guys. Thanks so much. That was it. But yeah, I'm working on new covers, and I'm trying to hold myself to a higher standard, mostly because I want to be inspired. Listen, if you want to get your life together, hold yourself to a higher standard. Be the 10th dentist. That's my inspirational message, okay? Because the 10th dentist does not just sign off willy-nilly and say, I would approve this on just anything. It's got to be an absolute slam dunk of a product for his approval. So be the 10th dentist, man. Don't settle for anything less, all right? Don't settle for a broken watch or not practicing or doing your things, or if the British people keep pulling you over for literally nothing and saying, you know what, you've waited long enough, get on with your snacking days, get snackable. Don't settle for that, guys. Do better, be better, and I'm going to try and focus more on the audio this podcast, this episode. I know it's ending, so it's a bit too late for that, but I thank you guys, and I'm signing out. This is why I'm getting close. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show, for listening, for watching. It is late. I know I'm all over the place, but you're going to get that sometimes at the Full Circus. You think every time you go to the circus when it's full, I mean, maybe because it's full, it's sold out, that you expect it to be a good show, but not, dude. Sometimes the tricycle's got a flat tire. Sometimes people on the trapeze and they just go. Sometimes, they do the swinging and the, tightrope walking and the, whatever, they fall, right? Sometimes the I don't know. Sometimes the elephant's not even there. It just sucks. But it doesn't suck. That's not what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's just not what you expected. Sometimes sometimes the full circus, the circus is running as late as Lowe's, and I'm all over the place. Guys, thank you so much. It's so late right now. I need to get to bed. But first, I need to edit and put this podcast up, because I've never missed a week. 150 episodes. I forgot to even mention that. That's a big accomplishment. 50. That's 53 times. And guys, thanks so much for always listening, for tuning in. And I have so much fun doing this show. There's a reason we haven't missed a week. Obviously there's pride, and now I've gone so far. Like, well, what am I going to skip out now? It's like losing 95 pounds, and then I only got like a couple more to go, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna throw in the towel. We've already done a pretty good job. No, we've done so much. Why quit now? We've committed. So even on some bad days, I might still come here, but the reason it's been so easy to maintain a consistent streak is that I have so much fun doing this show. It's a great time. It's a blast, and hearing comments and the messages from you guys, knowing that you have fun or look forward to it on a Friday, like, that's so exciting that I can be that. Well, we can be that, because it's not just me. We're having fun. We're taking questions. Oh, by the way, if you want to submit some questions, go to FullCircusPodcast@gmail.com. I really got to make sure I enunciate that, because now I know that there's so many people only listening to the audio. If you want to submit questions, this is an ad now. If you want to submit questions to the Full Circus Show, contact FullCircusPodcast@gmail.com and send your questions here, and we will read them aloud. You can't do that in commercial readings, that kind of inflection, but here we'll do it. But yeah, it's so great to just kind of hang out and have fun, and it's cool because I have so many things that I watch weekly, including this podcast. I do love me some me, but it's fun that I've gotten messages from you guys like, I love Friday. It's cool when the podcast comes out. We get to laugh. We get to have some fun. Like, yeah, dude, we do get that. We're just hanging out. We're having fun. It's a good time. And we're never late, dude, because if there's one thing this podcast will not be, is Lowe's. It will not be the dental office. It will not be a British lady keeping us from having fun, because it's always high noon. Literally, it will always be high noon. And people might ask me, Tristan, what time is it? And I say, I don't know. And they go, it's time for you to get a watch. Wait a minute. What? You don't know what time it is? You got it. And I go, time for me to get a new battery? So anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking in to the podcast, for tuning in. I love you. I appreciate you. It's been a wonderful time. It's been a wonderful week. And let's get crazy. And I'll see you in the next one. I love having fun. Oh, peace.